So hot. What better temperature than to talk about Atsushi Ohkubo's Fire Force? What's going on, guys? Zach from Uchu Shelf here, and today I am enduring the heat. It is really hot in the UK right now, and I know some of you are going to go look up the temperature and see if there's a heat wave and probably laugh at it because our heat waves tend to be 32 Celsius, which if you're living in like the middle of Canada, Texas, literally anywhere else in the world, doesn't seem that hot. It seems just like a nice balmy summer day, more or less. But in the UK, it is death. I think I've lost about 5 pounds from sheer sweating. And the only thing keeping me from not dying of heat exhaustion is this crappy 20-pound fan I got at a grocery store. And a lot of you are probably going, like, 32 degrees is not that hot. Well, when you live in a country that doesn't have central air conditioning or aircon as kind of a ubiquitous thing to keep you cool, it's pretty damn hot. And I know it seems like I'm leveraging the weather to do a manga review. I kind of am, I guess. I've started watching the Fire Force anime, and it's kind of rekindled my love of the manga. I only have the first volume, but I have more on the way, and I decided to give this a read again because the first time I read it, I admittedly did not like it. To be fair, I was comparing it to Ohkubo's previous work, Soul Eater. I felt that Fire Force at the time lacked a lot of the charm and the world building that Soul Eater did. It wasn't fair to judge one volume of a manga versus an entire series. So I decided to give Fire Force another try. Started with the anime, absolutely loved it. And since Uchu Shelf is a manga-focused blog, we'll focus on the manga. Funny how that worked. And I'm going to answer the question, should you read Fire Force? Set in the 198th year of Tokyo's solar era, Special Fire Brigades use their expertise, weaponry, and skill to fight the widespread plague of human combustion. The people who succumb to these flames become living fireplaces known as infernals. And as time grew on, later generations of infernals were able to manipulate their powers while retaining their human form. Enter Shinra, a new recruit to the Special Fire Cathedral 8, and third generation infernal, infamously known for his devil's footprints and his creepy smile. As a young man fresh out of the academy, he's eager to prove himself, and he's eager to save the day and save people and more or less hopefully become known for his heroics. As quick as he is to step up to the plate, the superiors at his company remind him that the process to becoming a hero is a slow-burning one. Now, the first volume is more or less world-building through episodic stories, learning more about the characters, learning more about how infernals and their powers and everything works. The strength in these little episodic arcs is that it explores the human reaction to one's loved one becoming an infernal, and as you might expect of a loved one spontaneously catching on fire, it's pretty gut-wrenching and emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster that goes from genuinely wanting to just help them to wanting them to not be in pain anymore. Realizing that the best way to help them is to put their soul to rest. During the volume, an old academy rival of Shinra's enters the same company as him, purely with the intention of just completely outshining Shinra as a hero. The self-described Night King who goes by the name Arthur Boyle adheres to middle-aged England chivalry, even taking his knight fascination so far that he calls his sword Excalibur. Is that lazy? It's only lazy if Arthur's sword begins talking. I think we can agree on. The volume culminates with the beginning of the rookie Fire Soldier games, which I'm going to assume is Fire Force's answer to a standard shonen battle tournament arc. Which, if you know me, I am a sucker for them, so I am super hyped for that. Also, at the end of the volume, some enemies of the Fire Soldiers appear, claiming to have knowledge of a childhood event that would change Shinra's life. Now, Fire Force is filled to the brim with that trademark Ohkubo charm that made Soul Eater such a pleasure to read. The character designs are crisp and simple, which of course allows for more expressive character art. The background art sets this adventurous tone, all while retaining the mystery of whether the solar area of Tokyo is in the past or the future. It just has all the makings of a good shonen manga and all the makings of a good Ohkubo manga. I think it's important to note that Fire Force, while incredibly strong in its own right, does rely on a lot of shonen tropes. There's the headstrong main character who starts a life-changing fire and becomes a firefighter to fix that. There's the senior member that takes everything seriously and pushes his glasses up like this. There's the laid-back but incredibly strong leader. And there's just countless sexual misunderstandings. But I think this is probably fine. I think if you go into shonen expecting subversions from tropes and genre and stuff like that, you're probably setting yourself up for disappointment. I think Ohkubo uses these tropes very well. I think it's all done very well. It's a very gorgeous manga. I felt that the first volume was a little rushed. I don't think we got to know the characters well enough. But given that there's like 15 volumes I think out right now, I think there's plenty of time to get to know them. And if I can quickly speak to the quality of the anime, we are living in the golden age of shonen right now. Like pretty much every shonen anime that is airing right now, or is about to air, or that's going to air, is just so well adapted. And it's a nice fresh breath of air from how anime adaptations of shonen manga used to. For example, there are series like Naruto and Bleach, which were long-running and are very critically acclaimed and well-loved by fans. But their anime adaptations do not hold a candle to things like Kimetsu no Yaiba, Fire Force, and My Hero Academia that are airing. So above all, it's a good time to be a Fire Force fan, and a really, really good time to be a shonen manga fan. So the answer to the question, should you be reading Fire Force? Absolutely not. Wait, no. No, I got that wrong. Sorry. Absolutely read Fire Force. And you guys know how I'm going to end this video. Don't forget to support local manga by going to your local bookstore, looking for this spine. It says Fire Force, that's Fireforce. It's got a 0 and a 1 to signify that this is the first volume of the series. So if you go to the bookstore, don't buy it. If you don't own the other ones, make sure that you buy the one that says 0 and 1 on it. If you buy the one that says 0 and 2 on it, you're not going to get the start of the story, and you're going to jump into the story and be like, what's going on here? So just to reiterate, look for this spine in the bookstore. Fire Force Volume 1. Fire Force Volume 1. And if you can't go to the bookstore, go to Amazon, go to Book Depository, World of Books, anywhere that sells books online. You can pretty much go and type in Fire Force Volume 1. It'll probably come up. It'll give you the option to buy it online. You can ship it to your house. You could buy this online and literally not leave your chair. Because remember, buying manga supports the manga industry, supports the creators, and we get more manga. It's a win-win for everybody. So I'm going to turn on this fan again because it is really goddamn hot in here. Until next time, folks, happy reading.